Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Nerd Herders. My name is Rich,
I'm Nick.
and today we're talking about what we've been up to. Now, one thing we've both been up to, we both saw Suicide Squad.
We did.
So you can check out that review over on this channel, youtube.com/overbeer, where we talk about that. So we're not going to talk about that today, but other than Suicide Squad, Nick, what have you been up to?
Well, not much.
Okay.
My family was in town for the last week. I didn't get to do very much of anything. Didn't get to watch much of
Killing
anything.
your movie time, killing your game time.
In a lot of ways, yes. So I would love to sit here and tell you that I started Telltale's Batman. I didn't. It's downloaded. I can't wait to play episode 1. Did you play that? We'll
No,
find out.
I'm going to wait till everything's up before I start it.
You're like that.
Yeah.
A couple things that I can mention though.
Okay.
One, I meant to mention this last week. I read the first issue of a new comic called Snot Girl,
Okay.
which is from Brian Lee O'Malley, the Scott Pilgrim creator. It's his first monthly comic series. He is not doing the art. That's done by somebody else. And so I had to pick up the first issue, see what it was. I love his stuff. I love Seconds as well. I thought that was really good.
Do you end up reading Lost at Sea?
No, I have not yet.
That's really good.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I need to. And my consensus was, I think you asked me, like, are you gonna keep reading it?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to keep reading it month to month. I will
Sure.
wait for the trades now that
Yeah.
I have the first issue. It was good. The characters are interesting to begin. It has a nice hook at the end, but I will wait now
Yeah.
because I think that it seems like a story, and he is a writer that we know works better in more like a graphic novel form. I think that this is a story that I don't need to pick up week to week or month to month. Did you check it out yet?
No, I keep thinking like, oh, man, I'm going to stop by the comic store and pick it up, and I just haven't. And the longer I get away from that release, the more I'm like, I might as well just wait for the trade. I'm going to get this issue, and then I've got just another like random comic book that I got to find something to do with. I don't have like a display like you've got in this room lining it, so I'm like, oh, it's just going to go in a drawer somewhere, so I may as well just wait for the trades to come out. But I really want to read it. I've loved everything he's done. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up at some point, but we'll see.
Gotcha. So that was Snot Girl, and then the other thing, and I don't know if you've read this yet, if you've started it, if you've finished it.
If this is what you're talking about, I have not.
Okay, a big thing came out a week ago or so now, and that was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is the screen. Well,
The script, the place.
What did they call it for plays?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I think it says. I think the book says called it the script. I think it's
like the rehearsal edition.
the rehearsal script or something. Yeah,
Whatever.
It's a
But
script 'cause
anyway,
it's a rehearsal script, right?
Script. Do they call it that for plays? I feel like there's another word
I don't know.
other than script. Anyway, it came out, which is the published version of the script for the play that is showing opening. It has opened.
Yeah,
in London. Which is the continuation of the Harry Potter story. It takes place 19 years later, or 18 years later, whatever, after the end of the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
Opens with the prologue of that book.
Okay.
So I won't get
into... The prologue or the epilogue?
The epilogue,
okay.
My bad. The epilogue. I won't get into any form of spoilers other than to say really enjoyed it.
Okay, so you finished it.
Yes, very fulfilling experience. Specifically, I liked both parts. It's parts 1 and 2. The play shows on 2 different nights.
Yeah.
Part 1 one night, part 2 the other night, because it's like 5.5 hours altogether. Part 1 specifically, getting back into it, getting back into that world, re-teaming with characters, finding out what characters we can't re-team with anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're not around anymore. These type of things. Hearing those voices, being in that world, was incredibly, I wouldn't say emotional. I wasn't like crying like, oh my god, Harry's voice again in my head, but like it was just like emotional in the way of like remembering what it was like to read those books for the first time and being back in a world that I never thought we'd get a sequel to. And I guess what it showed me was we've known this is coming for a long time, and I was excited for it for a long time. But I realized as I hit what the meat of the story is, that I guess I just never sat down and actually wondered what the thing was going to be about.
It's true.
And when I actually figured out what the story of it was, I was like, oh my God, this is what we're doing? This is amazing.
Really?
Because it is so inventive and unexpected, the places that it goes. I just never imagined that this is what the story would be. And it goes in some really interesting places. Overall, I guess my biggest worry was that it would not be a story worth telling.
Sure.
It wouldn't be worth going back to that. And I think that it wholeheartedly is. And I think that it would play better than it is written, because they are, when you read them, they feel like short scenes. But when you think about how, if you've seen enough plays, when you think about how it would play as a play,
Yeah.
you're like, no, that would be better. Like, you can see it in your head. And I hope that the play tours. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I do hope that one day they make it a movie. That seems inevitable. But I hope that they wait the proper amount of time for these actors. Don't do the stupid CGI thing. Don't do the makeup thing. Wait until they're the right age for them to legitimately be these. And the thing that would be unfortunate about that, there are characters in this book that, I'm sorry, if they waited the right amount of time, those actors won't be around anymore. Recast them. I hope that this does become something someday, though.
Okay. That's interesting, because I got an opening, opening night, but release night.
Yeah, the midnight release.
Haven't read it. Haven't had a chance to. Some people on my Facebook have been very similar to you. They loved, like, one of my friends, like, he read it like 2 nights, cover to cover, 2 nights in a row. And then some people were like, this feels like fan fiction. This feels like the characters don't feel right. Like, it just doesn't. They were not having it at all.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I'd be interested.
I was curious to hear where you fell on the spectrum. But I think what those
people are not realizing about, or not taking into account, is how it would play.
Sure.
Because I think it would be a different experience if you're not in that mindset, because and part of what gives me that belief is the reviews of the show are universally excellent.
Well, that was my concern when this came out, is this something that we're really meant to, like, there's a reason that most plays don't do this. Is it something that we're really meant to be reading versus we should go seeing? We should actually, like, watch? Like, that's kind of my concern. Once I finally see it, or read it,
I would love
let you know
for her to novelize.
Yes, for Rowling to actually take it and put it into.
Because what you get with this is you get all the dialogue. You understand what the setting is, but you get none of the description. You get none of the actual description of the setting or the description of the action. There's occasionally, like, in italics, Hermione walks down the stairs or something like. But for the most part, you don't know what's actually happening. You can't visualize it. You're just hearing words. You're just reading words, dialogue, like reading a script. Yeah, like But like it is, if you don't have the mind. And I'm not criticizing, but if you don't have the mind to visualize the action,
if you're reading it like you're reading a book, it's not going to come off as it needs.
If you can't visualize that, if you're just hearing words in your head, then I could see it being not the experience that you would want. But to me, the story, I thought it was brilliant. Cool. What have you been up to?
I've seen a movie and I played a game.
Okay.
Let's start with the movie. So I saw Swiss Army Man.
Oh yeah.
I really, really, really liked this. It's got a lot more heart to it than I expected going in. My only issue with it is the end. I won't spoil anything about that, obviously. But if you saw the trailer and you're interested in it at all, and you're like, oh, like, and you can set aside some of the goofy, like, if you are okay with the goofiness that is the trailer, definitely go see it. Like, I know I was talking to you when I was going to see it, and like Dana's like, that just looks stupid. So like, if you see the trailer and you think that concept does not look interesting at all, you probably won't enjoy it.
Yeah, I was really surprised at that movie because it debuted at Sundance, and there was all this, some people really hated it. Some
Yeah.
people really liked it. But and all that I kept hearing it referred to was the Daniel Radcliffe farting corpse movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw the trailer, I was surprised at how visually different and unique it
Yeah.
looked. I didn't expect it to look so new, fresh,
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah, it's really solid. Paul Dano is terrific as
It
he.
was good.
Radcliffe is good. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative sense, but I mean he's playing
A corpse.
a corpse, a talking corpse. So, so I saw that. If it's still playing in your area, check it out. If not,
Rent it.
just rent it when it comes out, Netflix it, whatever. And then I started playing the much anticipated game, Galgun, Double Piece. Now, have you heard anything about Galgun?
Minimal on some shows.
So, I will read the description of Galgun, and then I'll tell you exactly what the game really is. So, when whatever the kid's name is shot by Cupid Angel, he becomes immensely popular, and suddenly every girl at the academy becomes hot for him. But being irresistible is hardly a dream come true. Every love letter, shout of adulation, and advanced kisses drains his energy, and worse, if he doesn't find his true love by the end of the day, he will become cursed forever. And he has to shoot them with his, I can't remember what it's called in the game, but essentially he's shooting all of the girls with an orgasm gun, and that like disarms them, and then they just fall away, and that's it. So it's basically an on rails kind of, I'm only about an hour or two into it, an on rails shooter mixed with like a visual novel mixed with kind of a dating sim. It's really stupid. And then so you have like your Gal gun, and if you shoot them in different parts of their body, it'll like give them different, like there's like an ecstasy shot or something, like if you hit them in the right spot, as some of you guys out there may know. And then there's another portion of the game or another thing where it's like you have like a super thing where you click a certain button, and if you have your meter filled up high enough, you then have to actually rub the girl and get their meter filled up to get the points from that. So it's quite a game. It's stupid. Like, it's stupid as all hell. But for what it is, it's like, okay, this is kind of a dumb, fun enough, ridiculous game. It's on Vita and PS4. Debating if I want to platinum it or not. Like, part of me wants to platinum this kind of game, because why not? But it's one of those that, looking at the trophies, like, it feels like I'll probably have to play it multiple times, and I'm not sure I'm going to have the patience to do that.
Right.
Because it is definitely an on-rail shooter, and there's hidden things in like each level. Like, you get requests like in your phone in
Can
the
you
game.
go back and play the level again, or you have to?
Not yet. I don't know if like once I get through the story, I'll be able to choose the level.
Right.
And you also can't choose where you're looking. So if I see it there, and I'll like zoom in to go try to shoot it, but the game like moves you away. So I'm like, oh. Now if I'm gonna have to go through and get everything and do all that kind of stuff, I don't know if I'll have the patience to
I got you.
do it. But it's a dumb
Different.
It's a dumb game.
It's not every game.
No, it's definitely not. It's very Japanese.
And then you posted something funny about that one, right? Because it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
game where you're shooting orgasms basically into girls.
Into girls, into high school girls.
And it's rated.
It's rated M.
Right.
It is officially rated M on the front of the box. So in the physical copy of it, it has the M on the front.
Okay.
And on the Vita copy, I guess on the back, which is the copy I got, it's rated E.
For everyone.
For everyone, for sexual content. So if you're young and trying to convince your parents to buy it, just show them the back of the game.
No, see, mommy, it's for everyone.
Amongst the images of scantily clad Japanese high schoolers, there's an E for everyone on the back of it.
That's hilarious.
And I guess the thing is, it's not being sold, because there was a whole big to-do about this, and it's not being sold in stores. It's only, like, the physical copy is only being sold online, so they're not actually going to recall them.
Okay.
So it's out there. And now there's a special edition of this, which I'm kind of bummed I didn't get, but it comes with a glasses lens cleaner that's shaped like a pair of panties.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
called
yeah.
the Mr. Happiness edition.
Greg Miller.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. All right. That's right. Very interesting. So that's Galgun, Swiss Army Man, Cursed Child, and Snot Girl.
Yeah.
So check out all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe not Galgun.
Some of it
It's
will
dumb.
and will not appeal to you.
You'll know if
Make
it
your choice.
if it appeals to you or not. It's been a weird week. It's been a weird
Yeah.
episode. But if you have seen, played, or read any of those, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet at us. I'm on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm at Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official, and you can find us on Facebook at Facebook.com/overabeer. Instagram is over_A_beer, and of course right here on YouTube at YouTube.com/overabeer. That will wrap things up for today. So until next time, up top.